This game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks is sponsored by the Gaylord Texan, the official hotel of the Dallas Cowboys. Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys. Baylor Scott and White Health, we're changing healthcare for life. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Ford, visit your local North Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. Pepsi, all for the Cowboys. AT&T, mobilizing your world. And by Papa John's, the official pizza of the Dallas Cowboys. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza.
It's dress rehearsal time in Seattle. It's the Dallas Cowboys and Seattle Seahawks, the Dallas debut of Ezekiel Elliott. But first, this from your local station.
Boys football is also brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. DraftKings. Play for free today at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site. And by Ford. Visit your local North Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas.
It is time for Dallas Cowboys preseason football. Game number 3 of this Cowboys preseason here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. The Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. Bill Jones, Babe Laufenberg, and we are joined by former Cowboys head coach Dave Campo. Don't call this a dress rehearsal. Jason Garrett says it's not a dress rehearsal.
Well, you know what it is? It's a coronation, and it's a coronation of Dak Prescott. There's a bunch of other guys on the field tonight, Coach Campo, but the only one that fans seem to care about right now goes by the name of Dak.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I think the Cowboys Seahawks can't be any better for seeing what the Cowboys have got going. Here we go. Let's get this on the road.
And with that, the kickoff by the Seahawks, a line drive through the end zone. And the Cowboys take over on offense, and it's our first opportunity to see the first-round draft pick, Ezekiel Elliott, in a Cowboys uniform this preseason.
Boy, and everybody's been waiting to see him. Bill had the hamstring injury very early in camp. Obviously has not played in the first 2 preseason games, and I think everybody, including the 3 guys in this booth, are very excited to see Ezekiel Elliott.
So the Cowboys take over at the 25-yard line.
So what did they do with Zeke on the first play? They split him out wide at the top of your screen. I don't think he's running the football here, Bill. Oh, here he comes in motion.
He's coming back in motion.
Checking him out. He's checking him out.
And on first down, a wide-open Terrence Williams. It's a first down for the Cowboys. Of course, Dez Bryant not in the lineup, suffered a concussion in practice the other day at the Star in Frisco. The Miller Lite lineups for the Cowboys up front. That offensive line with 3 Pro Bowlers, Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick, and Zach Martin. And Terrence Williams and Bryce Butler starts for Dez at wide receiver.
And the first time the Cowboys, Bill, get Tyron Smith out there at left tackle. He has missed the first couple of games with a stinger.
You're going to see the ball run right here.
Coach said they're going run, and there goes Zeke powering his way up the middle. Looks like they're going to give him credit for 3 yards to the 39-yard line. Tony Romo.
They need this. We're started already here. I love it. Seattle. They need to see this kid get hit a little bit. You know, that's the big thing in preseason. You know, you
don't want to see that kid get hit, though, Tony Romo.
Yeah, yeah.
Tony Romo, the career numbers there, and making his second start of the preseason. He was 4 out of 5 for 49 yards passing in a game on Friday night at AT&T Stadium against Miami. Yes, even in the preseason, it gets loud here in Seattle. 2nd and 7. Under pressure, Romo will go down.
Oh, and he's holding
this back. Oh, my.
Well, that's not a good start right there, guys.
I was really surprised that Tony didn't just get rid of that football or go immediately to the ground, but I think your competitive instincts take over there. He's trying to make a play.
Down.
He was going down.
He was just starting his slide.
But had not got there yet, so it was not by any means a dirty play. No flag on the play.
And in very awkward fall to the ground for Tony Romo. And we'll be back to check on Tony Romo in a moment here in Seattle. Tony Romo made his way off the field under his own power, and he's now being checked on the Cowboys sideline. Of course, he's had the back surgeries going back a couple of years ago. Last year it was the collarbone.
And that's Dr. Dan Cooper there checking Romo out, who did that collarbone surgery.
And Dak Prescott, much earlier than anyone anticipated, is in this football game facing a third down from the 38. They need 8. Has plenty of time and fires for a first down. A pickup of 12 yards to Cole Beasley. And let's take another look at the injury suffered by Romo.
Right about here, I thought, okay, he's just going to get rid of this football. He goes to slide. They come in trying to strip the ball from behind him, and we're certainly not going to speculate. You can see where his hand goes. But we'll get a report from Keith Russell on the sideline on the injury and the severity of the injury here shortly.
It was the veteran Cliff Averill who hit him from behind, and Ezekiel Elliott gets 5 yards.
And Bill, there was much talk, and we discussed it. And do you play him? Do you not play him? Do you play this guy? And it's football.
No, you got to play
football.
Him. You have to play him. He's got to get some hits before the season starts. You know, he doesn't have to play a whole lot, but he's got to get hit.
Excuse me, Coach. And if you can't hold up to that hit, that was not a vicious hit. If you're not going to hold up to that hit, whether it's today or in a week or in 2 weeks, you're not going to make it through anyway.
Right.
He just landed rather awkwardly on the field with Averill on top of him. Now a 2nd and 5 from the Seattle 45. Great test for Prescott. A little slip screen to Cole Beasley and nothing there.
And I know it is a preseason game, Coach, but you want to put your quarterback in as many situational things as you can. And for a backup, that's what happens. Starter goes down, you're in.
Yeah.
And they don't always be able to tell you, okay, 4th play of the 2nd quarter, you'll go in there. So how is he going to react?
Well, this is a big thing. I think he's shown competitiveness. I think he's shown poise. He had a nice 3rd down throw there. We'll see what happens here.
Good sign. Romo has his helmet on these sidelines.
Yeah, he tried. He got about a couple of steps onto the field. He wanted to go out there. They called him back.
3rd and 5. Has all day to throw and throws high, intended for Cole Beasley or Earl Thomas among those defending.
And he had Beasley open and had, boy, and I don't know if he knows how good he has with that protection, Coach, but offensive line gave him a month of Sundays back there to find a receiver. There's Tony right there. That's head trainer Jim Maurer to Romo's right.
I think Tony's gonna come right back in. He probably strained it a little bit when he went down, but might have scared him more than it hurt him.
Tyler Lockett, 2nd-year man out of Kansas State, is deep for Seattle.
You got to watch that guy. He's a big-time returner.
He is, and he calls for the fair catch. And at the 13-yard line, that's where Russell Wilson and the Seahawks will take over on offense. Tony Romo looks like he wants back in when the Cowboys go back on offense. Scoreless in Seattle.
Trust his instincts, and more than anything, he wants to score some points for this first unit. And he wants to play right now again from Darrell Bevell.
And so Russell and the Seahawks offense ready to take over the 13-yard line, their first possession of the ball game. Working out of the shotgun, Christine Michael to his left, hands it off to Michael, and Christine Michael picks up 3 yards on the play. Well, you talked about it in the open, this offensive line trying to come together, particularly at the tackle spots. We see Gilliam Sowell and Jamarcus Webb all in the mix tonight. Kristen Michael has had maybe the best preseason of anybody on the Seahawks offense, certainly the most consistent. And Will Tukuafu signed just this week at full.
He's really pleading his case to get back in this football game. We'll bring you more information as soon as it becomes available.
Tight end screen and knocked out of bounds by Barry Church. Close to a first down for Seattle.
Barry Church is out there on the white, Coach Campo. A lot of the Seattle bench was trying to lobby for a flag on a late hit.
They thought it was a little iffy, and I think it is a little iffy.
Right there, yeah.
Completion was to Brandon Williams, and it is enough for a first down at the 24-yard line, a pickup of 8. I formation behind Wilson with 2 receivers left. Play fake. Firing back to his left side as Wilson goes incomplete, short of the mark. Defensively for the Cowboys, the starting lineup brought to you by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys. Malik Collins, 3rd round pick out of Nebraska, gets his first start and first appearance. And Benson Mayoa, restricted free agent signing from Oakland last year, also his first appearance. Sean Lee at weak side linebacker. Actually, Justin Durant got the start in the middle, and you see the secondary for the Cowboys. Skandrick not playing, he's back in Dallas. A flag down as the give goes up the middle for a short game.
Holding, offense, number 76, 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
That's the Texas Aggie, Jermaine Ifedi.
That's a good indication of how they're playing up front when you get a holding penalty right away.
And Ifedi is their 1st round pick from Texas A&M. They've really been reshuffling this offensive line. Obviously, we know Marshawn Lynch has retired, playing rugby in Australia, by the way, the last couple of days. But the tackles are very much in flux for Seattle right now. Cowboys should be able to mount a pass rush.
Of course, they did not sign Russell Okung in the offseason. He's now with the Denver Broncos. And falling on his back and almost picking the football off is Mo Claiborne. They'll run it back just in case.
I like Mo Claiborne. He's had a really good camp.
Boy, he was this close, too, to intercepting that ball, and he would have gone to the house with it.
He'd have rolled over the top of it right here.
Now watch at the end here. He just picks it off.
Yep. And hit the ground.
And then, right there it hits.
But he's had a really good camp, and I like the kid because he's fought through some adversity. He's one of those guys that, you hope can really put it together this year.
Of course, a 1st round draft pick, number 6 overall back in 2012. On the draw play, Christian Michael. Or rather, that is C.J. Prosise, a rookie out of Notre Dame, getting his first action for the Seahawks.
Tony Romo getting himself ready again. Little draw play, and Cowboys will give this one up, quite honestly. That's why those plays, they tend to look really nice, Coach, because the linebackers and secondary, they're dropping so deep to take away that 3rd and long situation. They'll let you run the ball, come up and make the tackle.
Yeah, they're going to do the same thing. If you dump it down, you want to force them to get off the field.
And force a punt here, which they did.
John Ryan is the punter. Lucky Whitehead is deep. Boy, he booms this one, sending Whitehead all the way back to his 10-yard line. To catch it on a bounce. And is smothered at about the 19-yard line. His 18-yard line is where they'll mark it. What a punt by John Ryan. Will Tony Romo return for the Cowboys? He's standing on the sideline right now. Now is a good time to order a Papa John's pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, just a beautiful night here in Seattle, downtown Seattle. Tony Romo has taken a seat on the bench. Head athletic trainer Jim Maurer has been talking to him.
Yeah, I think right now I have a better chance of getting into this football game than Tony Romo. And just to clarify, I have no chance.
So it's Dak Prescott from the 19-yard line.
You do all right, though, buddy.
Elliott cuts it upfield. Got maybe a yard. Expect to see Elliott with 10 to 20 snaps, is what Jason Garrett had said earlier in the week. They want to gradually ease him into action.
Bill, he's going to get a good dose of Elliott right now with Romo on the bench.
Against a tough defense, the Seahawks defense really for the last 4 years has been about the best there is in the NFL. 2nd and long from the 20. Trying to get outside. Elliott has the corner and getting close to getting to the first down stakes.
And they gave him the first down.
This guy showed some juice outside right here. Zeke hits it right here. 55's in good shape right there, and he outruns him.
Yeah, and as you know, Coach, you can do that in grade school. You just get the corner. You can do it in high school. Harder to do it in college, and you never get the edge in the pros. So Shows you a little bit about Ezekiel Elliott's burst right
His
there.
burst, yeah.
First down from the 29 after a pickup of 9 yards. That's the 4th carry for Elliott. There's the 5th carry. Going right again. Elliott. Very sizable gain of another 9 yards and comes up talking.
Well, Elliott's used to running against great defenses. If you go back to 2014 at Ohio State, they're in that semifinal game against Alabama. Best rush defense in the country. He goes for 230 on 20 carries. Now he comes in to Seattle here, and last year Seattle had the best rush defense in the NFL.
Second and 1. Going right, has daylight, and lowers the boom in the Legion of Boom secondary. First down, Cowboys. Down to the sideline, Keith Russell.
Hey guys, I have an update on Tony Romo down on the sidelines. Just heard from the Cowboys medical staff that his back was tight. He just felt it twist a little bit. He pulled it a little bit, but he said he felt fine. He felt well enough to go back into the game. He pleaded with Coach Jason Garrett to go back into the game, saying he was healthy enough to return, but Coach said no, not today. No more for Tony Romo. That's the update on number 9.
And there are cheers all across the Dallas Cowboys television network. Behind Elliott, who takes a shot from Cam Chancellor.
Yeah, that's a flag.
Yep.
That's a late hit.
That's a Cam Chancellor play, though. He's an intimidator, and he tried to do it right there, but 21 turned right around and walked right at him. I kind of like this Elliott guy. I think he's going to be that kind of a guy.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense. Number 31. It's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Yeah, you've noticed it already on a couple of runs where you can tell he won't take any grief off anyone, and he comes up yapping a little bit too.
Yeah, absolutely. I like it.
The ball's
it was knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Ataba Rubin. Four-time Pro Bowler Cam Chancellor. Now from the 34-yard line. It's been an Ezekiel Elliott drive here. One more time. Now it's a zone read, and it's Dak Prescott carrying for 9 yards.
Let's go back to that previous run by Ezekiel Elliott here. On the ensuing play, Cam Chancellor's back here. On the next play, Cam Chancellor comes up. First, Ezekiel Elliott lowers the boom on Chancellor. Chancellor didn't like it much, Coach. And on the very next play, he takes the late hit on Ezekiel Elliott. So here you've got a Pro Bowl veteran player in Cam Chancellor losing his cool.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you, that's a defensive style right there. I like the way he's running the football right now.
There goes Elliott, spins off a man,
That's
and Elliott
Chancellor
down to the
again.
17.
That's Chancellor again.
Cam Chancellor listed at 225 pounds, and Zeke Elliott listed at 225 pounds.
He's a big hitter.
too.
Watch Cam Chancellor. He's going to be coming from the right of your screen here. And once again, Ezekiel Elliott just drops his shoulder, runs over Chancellor. I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah, and the other thing that he's showing right now, Babe, is he's got really good vision. You know, he's cutting off the blocks.
The only thing he's seeing right now is number 31, and he's running right at him. And Chancellor, by the way, goes 225 pounds.
That's right. It's 225 on 225 from the 17. Prescott has time over the middle. He's caught by the 10-time Pro Bowler Jason Witten. Touchdown Cowboys, and that is an 81-yard drive.
Wow, Jason Witten with just a fantastic catch at the end of this thing. He goes right over KJ Wright, the linebacker from Mississippi State.
Yep.
Which is where Dak Prescott, of course, is from.
As a former quarterback, you probably feel really good that this kid will go ahead and throw the ball when he thinks a Pro Bowl guy can make a play.
You're throwing into coverage, but you know you got a 10-time Pro Bowler on the receiving end.
And in that situation, when KJ Wright has his back turned, he just whistles it by his ear hole.
Yep.
And Dan Bailey, the point after is good. Dak Prescott leads another touchdown drive for the Cowboys, and it was a whole lot of Zeke capped by Jason Witten. Cowboys lead the Seahawks, and let's take a look here. It's a 7-0 Dallas lead over the Seahawks.
If we pause it right here, this is Jason Witten. Stop it. Okay, now watch this. Jason Witten right down the middle. He's going to be heading across. What Dak Prescott sees is the linebacker, KJ Wright, with his back turned. He picks up Witten there. Once his back is turned, he's just throwing it right past his ear hole. That's what they teach him. And KJ Wright, he's trying to find the football, and it's almost impossible. A DB could do it, Coach, but really hard for a linebacker.
Absolutely. I thought that was a great throw, and it's going to a guy that can make that kind of a play.
Bouncing ball on the kickoff, taken at the goal line by Tyler Lockett. And he is brought down and then hit hard by Damian Wilson, the second man to hit him. It was J.J. Wilcox, the first one. Seahawks will take over on offense. Jason Witten caps the Ford scoring drive. Ford is the best in Texas. 81 yards in 7 plays. What is not on your screen there is what Ezekiel Elliott did on that drive. It was very impressive from the first-round draft pick out of Ohio State. But also impressive Prescott.
And get back to that touchdown to Witten. We showed you what Witten did, but the offensive line just gave him all day to throw the football and find Witten.
So second possession for the Seahawks, and on the slant, it's a completion good enough for close to a first down to Jermaine Kearse at the 33-yard line. They'll move the chains.
This is going to be an interesting matchup here. They got Brown coming in as a nickel. They like him a lot, number 30.
That would be Anthony Brown, the rookie out of Purdue, 6th-round draft pick.
This kid can really fly, and he's got excellent instincts. I think he's got a great chance to make the team.
He's getting a great opportunity because Orlando Scandrick did not make the trip. Got a minor groin injury. Completion to Richardson for about 9.
I don't know if I've ever seen so many players hurt, Coach, in terms they practice less. Obviously, that's by virtue of the collective bargaining agreement. They only can have 1 padded practice a day, and there's 20 guys out of every practice.
I think that's the problem, to be honest with you. I don't want the NFL getting mad at me, but I don't think that they're doing enough work.
What are they going to do to you?
Nothing, probably. I still have a lot of respect for them.
No, I know, but it amazes me that with so much less contact, there are so many more players that miss practice.
And it was 10 yards and a first down. Nothing there for Wilson as he went eye to eye with Sean Lee, who was in the backfield in a hurry.
You know, we all know as well that Dak Prescott, he was not the Cowboys' first choice. They tried to get up to get Paxton Lynch, tried to get up to get Brandon Cook. None of that worked out. Russell Wilson was the same guy. Remember, he was a 3rd-round draft pick. They had paid big money to Matt Flynn, who was a free agent from Green Bay. Matt Flynn was going to be their starter. And all of a sudden, Pete Carroll said, you know, I think we got something in this Russell Wilson kid, and started him as a rookie.
Wide open receiver. And run out of bounds is Doug Baldwin. What a year he had last year. Over 1,000 yards receiving and 14 touchdowns.
So what happened defensively there, Coach?
Well, they were in a 3-deep secondary. They are vanilla as all get out right now on defense. And that deep crossing route is almost impossible to cover, you know, in a zone scheme.
27 yards to the Cowboy 30-yard line. And Wilson has him on the run. Loses the football, and they're able to fall on it.
Maewa actually on that last play, the right defensive end, number 93, actually came close on that one. He kind of broke free a little bit late, but I think he's got a chance.
Time to recognize tonight's Bank of America Defensive Featured Player of the Game. And as Coach mentioned, how about number 93, Benson Mayowa. Bank of America, the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys, signed as a restricted free agent this offseason. And this is the first chance we have to see Mayowa, who had surgery in the offseason. Jermaine Kearse breaks the tackle. Sean Lee brings him down. First down, Seattle.
One thing I thought Morris Claiborne has done very well in the first 2 games, Coach, is tackle, but not here.
Yeah, that's a very poor tackle right there. He left his feet.
Yeah, so what happened? Coach that up. All the young high school kids out there, what did he do wrong?
He's got to take one more step towards the receiver. He's got to take one more step. He stopped his feet. That's right. He stopped his feet. Now it's an arm tackle.
But are you fearful of overrunning it though?
No. You just take a controlled step, not a going full speed.
You hear all the young kids out there? You hear that? That's Coach Campo.
Christian Michael, who was with the Cowboys for 5 games last year, and now back with Seattle. Originally a second-round draft pick of the Seahawks. They let him go early last year. Cowboys picked him up with their running back issues, and now he's back in Seattle. Looks like he's going to make the team. Thomas Rawls is the guy they're counting on to replace Marshawn Lynch. He's been hurt all preseason, but Pete Carroll says he should be ready for the season opener. 2nd and 5 from the 12. Baldwin. Not going to get away from that guy, Sean Lee.
That's the same thing right there. You know, really, 24 needs to get a little bit better tackling.
And we are at the end of the first quarter. Wow. The rest of the game is like the first quarter. We got us a game tonight. Versus Liam Smith. Canelo Alvarez boxing at the junior middleweight class for this fight. Liam Beefy Smith currently holds the WBO junior middleweight world title. Canelo Alvarez will challenge Liam Smith for his title. For tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com right now. Tony Romo injured on the first possession of the game. He won't be back tonight. He watches from the bench. And on 3rd down, Doug Baldwin trying to get to the first down stake.
That was a good job of tackling by the other corner this time. Brandon Carr, he throws him out there. Boy, 3rd down, such a big down.
Absolutely.
It's a point play right there.
I really think that these guys are doing a good job on this side.
Well defended.
Great job.
Yeah. And how about Anthony Brown fought off a block and made some contact there too, but 39 Brandon Carr there.
You know, to play nickel, you know, you can't just be a cover man. You got to be a physical player in there.
Steven Hauschka, kicker for the Seahawks, has been dead solid perfect virtually, and an easy one for Hauschka puts the Seahawks on the board early in the second quarter. It's Cowboys 7, Seahawks 3. More Dak Prescott to come. Where do your donations to the Salvation Army go? Wherever hope is the only thing left. Donate today. The Salvation Army doing the most good. We're early in the second quarter here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. Tony Romo and Ezekiel Elliott now beside him on the bench.
You see a lot of big returns in the preseason. That is, if the ball isn't kicked out of the end zone. We saw Lucky Whitehead with the opener against the Rams because it's the only thing you can't simulate full speed in practice. It's a little pooch punt. They want him to return this one.
Lucky Whitehead from the goal line.
He pooch kicked that one, Bill. They wanted to see a return. Seattle did.
That's the one thing that's very hard to do in preseason, like you said.
And it's going to be interesting if they continue that during the regular season, since a touchback, the ball goes out to the 25-yard line this year. Cowboys football is back, and you can see it live at AT&T Stadium. Single game tickets are available for most 2016 home games. Go to DallasCowboys.com for tickets. They've got a sellout streak going here in Seattle, 113 games in a row, and quite a sellout streak in Arlington as well for the Cowboys. Cowboys on offense. The 22-yard line, Dak Prescott at quarterback. We're early in the second quarter. Lucky Whitehead in motion. And on that jet sweep, there goes Whitehead. And Lucky gets out near the 30-yard line. In case you joined us late, he's on the 3rd play of this game. Tony Romo goes down with an apparent back injury. Tightness in his back, according to Keith Russell on the sideline. Here's the play. Cliff Averill will hit him from behind just as he's about to go into a slide.
Yeah, and Averill's trying to strip the ball there from Romo. That's why the arm comes swinging. And we heard all offseason, right, Bill? Best Romo's ever been in the last 4 years, and the back's strong, and back's not good.
Well,
you can see him grimacing over there now, just sitting on the bench. That back injury is such a difficult thing.
That's nice, Morris.
Yeah, Alfred Morris. That was a very nice pickup in the offseason, Morris.
I love Morris, and I'll tell you why. Morris has great vision, and he's a one-cut runner. Great vision, cut.
One cut meaning?
Meaning he puts the foot in the ground and goes when he sees the daylight.
Yep.
Which works very well with that offensive line in front of him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there tends to be daylight pretty quickly with this offensive line, doesn't it?
It's one of the better ones.
Let me get back to that one cut in a moment here.
Morris, a 6th-round draft pick 4 years ago of the Redskins, eluding a man as Prescott, and he's going deep. Terrence Williams can't come up with it. Coming over late is Kelsey McCray to defend the safety.
Boy, you'd like to see Terrence Williams make a better effort on that ball.
You'd like to see him go get down.
Yeah. Again, just look at the pass protection. Doug Free is just trying to push his man past Dak Prescott. He does. At the end of this thing, Terrence Williams has to attack the ball. Go attack the ball. Don't wait for that thing to come into you. Go get it. He sees the defender coming.
You basically
if he goes back and gets it with his hands, he catches it.
He basically needs to do the same
thing
that Jason Witten did.
Yeah, he knows it. That is a liability, though, for Terrence. He does not trust his hands.
Screen out to the near side to Morris, and no gain. Earl Thomas, former Texas Longhorn, 5-time Pro Bowler.
Going back to that one-cut runner, Coach, I want you to know, I know what that is, but I like to explain it to the audience. A quick story, Joe Brodsky, the late Joe Brodsky, funny as heck, Cowboys running back coach. I was doing a film session with him at Valley Ranch, and we were talking about backs and protection. He said, well, we have rip protection here. I said, okay, Coach, what is rip protection? He looked at me and he said, babe, rip. Did you forget everything? I said, no, Coach, I know, but the people at home don't. That's why we're in this room. That was great.
Jeff Swaim, another former Texas Longhorn, on the tight end screen, only gets one. Frank Clark in there for the stop for the Seahawks. And
Dak Prescott going off, Bill. And many times that he sent the punter out in the first 2 games, he had 10 possessions on offense. They scored on 9 of them, 9 of his 10 possessions. And he's actually so good, Dak Prescott is like Chuck Norris. He can actually will a touchdown because in the very opener against the Rams, when he's ready to go on the field, Lucky Whitehead took it back 101 yards for a touchdown.
It was almost as if he didn't know where to go when the punt team comes on the field. This doesn't happen very often. Tyler Lockett from the 19, flag down. And he's brought down after just a 2-yard return.
That's going to go back another 10 or half the distance, wherever that ball is.
Yeah, you know a little bit about Tyler Lockett. Dave Campo was
during the kick, illegal block in the back, return team number 39. That's a 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett, we out. Yeah. Tyler Lockett was a really good player at Kansas State. He kicked my tail a couple of times.
These darn commercials.
We're getting away of the game. It's brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world. Bill Jones along with Babe Laufenberg and former Cowboys head coach Dave Campo. Happy you could join us here on a Thursday night. We are in Seattle with 11:19 to play in the second. Cowboys had an 81-yard drive for a touchdown. A lot of Cowboy fans have made the journey to the Pacific Northwest. Seattle, bad field position inside their own 10-yard line. And Ryan Russell breaks through from his right defensive end spot. Second-year man out of Purdue to make the stop on Christian Michael.
Number 99, Russell. I like his talent. I'm a little concerned every once in a while because he doesn't finish all the time. And same thing showed in practice. He really needs to kick it up a notch from a mental standpoint.
Of course, the Cowboys have DeMarcus Lawrence at the other defensive end spot. He will miss the first 4 games of the season due to a suspension. Randy Gregory has not been with the team throughout the preseason. He'll serve a suspension as well.
Here comes your slot blitz.
Anthony Brown on that slot blitz. And unable to get away from Byron Jones was Doug Baldwin.
Now, the penalty back in the pocket, in the area where it should be a hold, but we'll make sure here. Cowboys did come with the slot blitz there.
After the catch, personal foul. Offense, number 78, hitting the player who was already on the ground. That penalty is half the distance to the goal. Replay, second down.
Bradley Sowell, number 78, starting left tackle.
Here comes the slot blitz, Coach. We saw this coming. As soon as I saw Byron Jones creeping over here, I said, oh, here comes the blitz. And sure enough, Russell Wilson read it. They turn it into a hot read, just a quick out, and Byron Jones is out in the flat on the tackle.
This guy is a very good tackler. You know, he gets himself under control. I like Byron Jones. He's an instinctive, smart player.
How about the transition, though, from corner to safety?
Well, I think this is his position. You know, the good thing about it is that he has some corner skills where he can cover some blitzes from behind.
Second and long from their own 5-yard line. Wilson gets it out quick to Tyler Lockett. Brandon Carr comes up, and so does Anthony Brown.
Coach, and I thought you were here with Roy Williams, the safety, and I really thought the game kind of changed on Roy as much as, you know, a lot of people said, he diminished, but all of a sudden you were seeing 4 wides in that safety position. If you couldn't cover people, you were going to be in trouble, and Roy was about 230, big hitter when you played that 8-man in the box, but you don't play that anymore.
That's what he was. He was a box safety, and he really didn't do well out in space, and guys got him out in space quite a bit.
I would say explain the box safety, but you might yell at me, just like Coach Brodsky did.
Plays down like a linebacker. 3rd and 10. Firing over the middle and almost picked off. Deep in that secondary was Mo Claiborne.
Mo Claiborne's almost had 2 tonight, but all those almost, you know what they result in? You finishing the year last in takeaways, which they did last year. Well, you get your hands on one. How do you coach this?
Well, I tell you, they've been coaching it right along. I mean, you know, you don't stop coaching. They were number 2 in the league 2 years ago. Yep. So, you know, sometimes they come, sometimes they don't. But you've got to. The key is you got to make the play when you have the opportunity. And that's the key.
In fairness, I think the receiver there, Richardson, might have got his hand on it, which redirected the football, which would have made it impossible.
He did.
John Ryan, the punt taken by Lucky Whitehead from his own 32. He's got about 9 on the return. Just over 9 minutes to play in the second quarter in Seattle. Cowboys up 7-3. More Prescott to come. This game is brought to you by John Deere. That's John Deere, the official tractor of the Dallas Cowboys. Find a dealer near you at myjohndeeredealer.com. What a beautiful evening here in the Emerald City of Seattle. 41-yard line, Prescott with a play fake. As time now rolls right, looking downfield. And Bryce Butler makes the catch as Prescott is hit as he gets near the sideline.
Boy, and Dak Prescott took a big hit at the end of this. Hung in there, got a helmet to the chest, but made the completion.
Bank of America Offensive Featured Player of the Game, Dak Prescott. From now until August 31st, subscribe for just $25 to receive every weekly issue. From the 49, 2nd and 2. And Prescott calls a timeout.
He's running out of time there.
Yep, play clock was down, so a heady Dak Prescott knew where the play clock was and calls a timeout.
Smart play by Prescott. You don't want to turn a 2nd and 2 into a 2nd and 7 there.
Dak Prescott, the rookie 4th-round draft pick out of Mississippi State. Of course, one of the keys for any rookie is how does he handle the huddle. Let's hear what Dak Prescott has to say.
When I get in the huddle, I'm the quarterback. I'm going to be the one talking. I'm going to make sure I look my guys in the eyes, be confident about the play and what I'm calling, look them in the eyes and make sure that they know what's going on, and hopefully things will just come around and they'll gravitate toward me and follow me.
I think they're following him pretty well.
They've been following him into the end zone for the most part for 3 games.
2nd and 2 from the 49. Breaking free. There's Alfred Morris to the Seattle 41-yard line.
Bill, they're running into an 8-man front, too. I mean, they're pounding them inside. That Morris kid is a good running back.
Well, look at that, too, at the
Dragging
at the
Kelsey
end of it.
McRae. Earl Thomas finally brought him down.
I mean, there's the example right there. He runs right over number 23.
And what a great job by Morris there. You see him just keeping the pads parallel to the line of scrimmage the whole way through the hole.
Jeff Swaim, number 87, the tight end, involved in that. And with James Hanna injured, that could be important. Mix up in the backfield. Who's got the football? Prescott, I think, wound up with it.
That was a read option, Coach, but they were not reading the same book.
The back stepped the other way.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's a little counter play.
I think he just didn't want to give him the ball.
Now, see, right there, I would tell Dak Prescott, okay, you're young, but you know what happens? They hit the guy with the football.
Right.
So let Zeke take it and let him take the pounding. I'll never forget talking to Archie Manning at the SMU speaker forum, and I said, what do you teach the guys at the Manning Passing Academy? He said, we tell them they hit the guy with the football to the quarterbacks. Get it out of your hand.
Morris was flanked right now. He's back in the backfield. And Prescott goes deep downfield, incomplete. Looking for Cole Beasley.
Well, you're not going to get a more difficult test for Dak Prescott than tonight against the Seattle defense. They have their starters in there. 4 consecutive years, they've given up the fewest points in the NFL. There you see great coverage there. Cole Beasley cannot shake it.
They're playing a lot of man-to-man, too. You know, It's hard for the receivers to shake.
Well, that's not Cole Beasley's route. I always say the farther Cole Beasley gets away from the line of scrimmage, the less effective he is. Just becomes he's such a small target.
Borderline field goal territory here. Let's see what Prescott does on 3rd and 8.
Oh, that's nice.
Swaim. As Prescott takes a hit in the backfield, and Swaim is short of the first down, but a little bit closer for Dan Bailey.
Well, we were saying Dak Prescott has not been hit through the first couple of games, but watch Dak Prescott here. There you see there's 7 up for the Seattle defense, and they come with all 7.
The thing that impresses me about Prescott is that he will stand in there. You know, he's a big guy, physical. He'll stand in there, and he'll make a throw under duress.
How about Dan Bailey here, 52-yarder? They're going to trot him out.
This guy's in an automatic.
Yeah, it is.
He's automatic.
From the right hash mark. Not this time for Dan Bailey.
Yep, pulled it.
Preseason.
Yep. First time he's missed this preseason from 52, and Seahawks take over on offense when we come back to Seattle. Championship boxing returns to AT&T Stadium September 17th. Canelo Alvarez versus Liam Smith. Canelo boxing at the junior middleweight class for this fight. Liam Beefy Smith, the WBO junior middleweight world champion. Canelo Alvarez, Liam Smith. It's September 17th. For tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com.
You know, babe, you were talking about a real test for Dak Prescott. He's getting some more from Seattle than what the Cowboys are doing on defense.
That's the fullback, Will Tukuafu, who is just re-signed by Seattle. Actually, that's Tupu, I think. Yeah, that's 46. It is Tukuafu, and he was a big cog in their offense, in their running game last year.
Big cog is right. He's 290 pounds. That's a fullback.
And if you've seen him in the program, he looks mean, too.
I saw him on the field. I went the other way, just for fear that he makes Daryl Johnston look like a wide receiver or something. We know how good the Moose was at fullback. But Lord almighty, he's 290 pounds.
2nd and 8. Tough going up the middle for the Seahawks.
Another nickel blitz. Number 30, Brown, he's got speed now. He looks to me like Scandrick. He's a little bit taller, I think, but he's got some instincts and he can run.
Now they're checking out Dak Prescott on the sideline. Is that?
They took a couple of hits. Hey, that's good for him.
This will sound crazy, but I know Tony Romo wanted to come back into this football game. He is left with a back injury. Now you have to wonder, do we want to expose Dak Prescott? There's no telling how long Tony will be out. I'm not saying he's out, but
He won't play
That
next
back is
week
a tricky,
because the starters don't play next week. A week from tonight. That's Luke Wilson. And that's a first down for the Seahawks. They're trying to get something going on offense. They have not scored a touchdown with their first-team offense this preseason.
That was a zone pressure, and the defensive end, number 58, never dropped into the flat. He just went flat. He didn't get back into the throwing lane on that tight end right there.
Jack Crawford, number 58. 36-yard line.
Really nice throw by Wilson there, too.
Escaping Wilson. Downfield. Lockett. Inside the 10. Anthony Brown defending.
Yeah, you bragged on Anthony Brown one play too, sir. Now, how do you defend that, though? Out comes Wilson.
Yeah.
And Anthony Brown got just totally turned around and couldn't find the football.
Here it is right here, and he sees the throw. Now he's caught, and he gives up on it. He didn't think he was going to get the ball. He's got to finish that play, and he'd have made that play right there.
And at that point, as the ball, should he not turn his, should he just go and find the receiver when the hands come up, try to play through the ball?
Absolutely. Okay. That's what he was trying to do, but then he slowed down.
Yeah, then he decided, well, maybe I will take a peek.
Well, I don't think he thought he was going to get it.
What is it? See the ball, see the completion?
That's right.
Wilson throwing back. And it's a touchdown. Paul Richardson. Beautiful pass by Russell Wilson.
What a throw by Russell Wilson. That's one you can say all you want about Morris Claiborne. You just tip your hat and say, hey, if you want to roll right and throw across your body left and drop that ball in from the heavens, which is what Russell Wilson did, you're just not going to get a better throw.
Morris Claiborne had to come a long, long way for that one. And it's another example, though, of what you just said a minute ago. If you see the throw, you see the completion. Because all the way across the field he was running, he was looking at number 3 and not finishing with that.
Russell Wilson with the first touchdown for the first-team offense for the Seahawks this preseason. And they've been on the field a lot. They played an entire half last week against the Minnesota Vikings, a tough defense. And the Seahawks take the lead 10-7.
Well, you know, we're going to hear all about why would you play Tony Romo? Why would you put him out there? Well, we're watching Russell Wilson. I know he's younger, all that, but you're still exposing your quarterback. But again, you got to play him. I think it's the toughest decision a head coach has in today's NFL, though. Do you play your quarterback, and how much do you play him? But let's face it, Tony Romo got hurt on the third play tonight, third play of the game.
Yeah, I don't think this is really truly indicative of really, how you would approach the game.
This game brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world. Russell Wilson, what a season he had last year. Yeah, you look at him, he had 34 touchdown passes, only 8 interceptions. He took care of the football so well. He passed for over 4,000 yards, ran for 553 yards. I thought, he, as a second-year man in this league, he led his team to a Super Bowl, a world championship. He made more strides last year, I thought, as a quarterback than what he had done those first 3 years.
Well, and you think of him still as that guy that runs, and he's got this great defense and a great running game with Marshawn Lynch. If you were to ask who led the NFL in passing last year, my guess is most people, even ardent fans of the NFL, would come up with 10 names before they would say Russell Wilson. But he was the guy.
And I think the thing with Russell Wilson is he's so darn consistent. I think that's what you look for in your quarterback.
Deep kick, and look, he's going to take a knee here. 4 years in the league, Russell Wilson is number 2 in passer rating all time behind Aaron Rodgers. And Tony Romo's number 3.
There we go. Yeah, he nudged out Romo. And the other thing is, and we see Russell Wilson right there going over just how good they were on that drive and on that play. Everybody says, well, of course he's great. He's got a great running back in Marshawn Lynch, who obviously retired this year. You go back to last year, Lynch was injured much of the time. Russell Wilson had 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions when Lynch was in the game. He had 26 touchdowns, 2 interceptions when Lynch didn't play.
Wow. After the touchback from the 25-yard line, and nothing there for Alfred Morris. It's a big loss. First-team defense still in there for Seattle. Quentin Jefferson, their 5th-round draft pick.
Too much penetration on that one. They got knocked up field a little bit. Doug Free got pushed off the ball a little bit on that one.
54, Bobby Wagner, their starting middle linebacker. Of course, they rotate guys on their defensive line just like Rod Marinelli does for the Cowboys. 2nd and 13.
Here comes a draw. I think they're going to try to keep Dak Prescott out of a little trouble. Nope.
And there's a first down to Bryce Butler.
Well, good throw, good protection that time. Again, I really thought, Coach, 2nd and 13, they might run the draw, try to get 6 or 7, and make it a manageable 3rd down.
I think they have a lot of confidence in this kid all of a sudden, Dak Prescott. He's throwing under duress and doing it well.
Tempo offense here with just over 2 minutes to play in the first half. Prescott with time. Passes low to Cole Beasley.
Takes us down to the 2-minute warning. It is a completion.
Pickup of 6 yards to the 44. So a good test here for Dak Prescott against one of the best defenses in the National Football League. 2-minute offense time. Ezekiel Elliott at 7 carries for 48 yards. And he was very good in the first quarter. Lowering the boom on the Legion of Boom. Play the Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket today for a chance to win big with the Texas Lottery. Elliott Bay, downtown Seattle. Good test here for Dak Prescott. 2 minutes left in the first half. 2nd and 4 from the 44. Pocket is there for him, and a wide open Cole Beasley has a first down into the Seahawks end of the field. What do you see in, Coach, from the Seahawks on defense?
Well, they're doing a few more things. They're bringing some pressure, and their front 4 right now are cranking it up in this 2-minute drill. And I'll tell you, that kid is standing in there. I'm getting more and more impressed with Dak Prescott every time I look at him.
How big of a test is this for Prescott in terms of what the coaches can rely on him, trust him if it comes down to the regular season? He has to play
best
games.
One they've had right here, seeing him in this situation.
Hits his tight end, Jeff Swain. Short pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Cowboys with 2 timeouts. Remember, Dak Prescott had to burn 1 when the play clock was running down on him.
Pocket collapses and he goes down for a sack.
All right, now what do you want to do? We got about a 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10. Going to let the clock wind down. This packet just kind of collapsed on him right here.
Yep, Doug Free. He has a tough time sometimes with those bull rushes.
Tyron Smith. They've got the starters in outside of Tyron Smith. Chaz Green is at left tackle now in place of Tyron Smith.
And Seattle has starters in on defense. That was Cliff Averill who got to Prescott. 3rd down.
He's got him.
Deep downfield. And a flag.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a defensive hold here, or pass interference if the ball was in the air. Boy, what great pass protection there, though. Boy, did he...
Illegal contact. Defense, number 29. That's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
That's the biggie, the automatic first down, because it's 3rd and 10.
This used to
Cole Beasley trying to run that crosser, and I think, see, the ball was in the air. It really should have been pass interference once the ball goes in the air.
All I can tell you is that's the worst feeling in the world to be 3rd and 10 and get a defensive penalty.
As a defensive coordinator.
You know what a worse feeling is, though? Not getting the penalty, letting him catch the ball and go into the end zone.
Yeah, that's true.
But again, once that ball's in the air, the illegal contact is off and the pass interference is on.
So from the 38, first down, 45 seconds left in the half. There's the tight end, Swain.
Nice job by Swain of getting out of bounds, stopping the clock. Again, Cowboys with 2 timeouts remaining. There you see 39 seconds remaining in the first half. So
plenty of time, and they're approaching field goal range right here. So they'll be trying to take care of the football a little bit here.
A 10-7 lead for the Seahawks.
Make a first down here. If you complete it in the field of play, go ahead and use that timeout.
2nd and 6. And there's a first down.
They may take it right here. Yep, they take the timeout.
Devin Street with his first catch of the night.
That's a play also there. Devin Street just wants to get down. Once you know you're getting tackled and you're trying to conserve time, don't fight for an extra yard and keep 2 or 3 seconds burning on the clock. Catch it, get your first down right here.
Yep.
Just go down, plus the ball. You see the Seattle defenders, they're coming to strip that thing.
Situational football there.
Exactly. Right there, you say, okay, it's over. Got what I got. I got my first down. Get our timeout. So the Cowboys with 1 timeout remaining now. Dan Bailey getting warmed up on the sideline. Great story about Bailey now. He has had the same kicking shoe since his freshman year at Oklahoma State. He's kicked with the same shoe since 2006.
Wow.
I said, do you have your same putter? He said, yeah, he never changed his putter. So he likes his routine.
Well, he and Jordan Spieth are very good friends, so they probably work together on that.
From the 27, first down with 32 seconds left in the half. Prescott, there's a flag down, and he picks up 2.
Right back in the pocket.
That's a holding call.
Holding. Offense, number 68. A 10-yard penalty.
Doug Free.
There's Free at the bottom of your screen. Wow. Wow.
Wow, Michael Bennett.
Wow, I'm going to have to see another one on that. That was, from that glance, looked a little over-officious right there, Coach. I did not see a hold.
Yeah, Michael Bennett, 10 sacks last year. Of course, he's Martellus' brother. Got kicked out of a couple of practices.
Yeah, he did. Now you're about out of field goal range. You're looking at 56 yards from here, so you want to pick up a few. There it is.
Short pass to Swain.
Another timeout.
Down to 20.
All right, so they burned their last timeout.
Now, if you get one in field goal range, you gotta clock it and then see where you're at.
Yeah, and the most important thing, obviously, is it's second down. You've seen it where third down, they complete it, they don't get the first down, they run up, they clock it. Oh, fourth down. So Cowboys do have the ability to here make a few yards.
That's it.
Spike it, get your field goal team out.
That's it.
Now the question, coaches, do you want to throw it? Or do you want to try to run it and get yourself 4 or 5 yards for Dan Bailey?
Yeah, I think you throw it here, but you get rid of it, get it out.
You take a sack, and you're probably not going to get your field goal team on the field.
You got to get it out. You got to get it out quick.
Over the middle, Alfred Morris.
Clock it. They got to spike it.
13, 12, 11.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Everybody has to get set.
That's a nice job by that kid. I think he did an excellent job in that 2-minute drill.
You know what I really liked right at the end there, Coach? I'm watching Dak Prescott, and I said, take your time. You got time. Sometimes you get in a panic mode. Guys aren't set. You spike it. They have a 10-second runoff because it's a penalty, and you don't get your team. Dak Prescott made sure everybody was set, very calm. He's got the clock up. Very impressive right there. Well, just a little thing, but it's a big thing when you end up with 3 points or possible 3 points out of the drive.
So Dan Bailey, 3 out of 4 this preseason. From 40 yards. And he is good. And how about that? Dak Prescott, a drive that started at the 25. It ended at the Seattle 22. It started with 3 minutes and 12 seconds left. It was a 3-minute drive, basically, and it results in 3 points for the Cowboys to tie this thing up at the half, 10-10.
Boy, and a real nice job there, Coach, I thought, of clock management. They had 2 timeouts on the drive. They used them at the perfect time.
Now let's go down to the sideline. Keith Russell with the head coach.
Here with head coach Jason Garrett. Jason, a scary moment for Tony. The back injury, he was pleading to go back in the game. Your thoughts on holding him out?
Yeah, there's no reason to put him back into the ball game. His back was bothering him a little bit. We don't think it's a serious thing, but we just thought it was better to keep him out. Dak did a nice job finishing out the first half.
Your thoughts on the resilience of your team once Tony went out and the strong play?
Yeah, you just keep playing. Everybody you go out there, do your job, you keep playing, and it's something we preach. Our guys understand that. I thought they handled it well.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Guys, the good news for Tony Romo, it doesn't seem like the back injury is serious. Cowboys deadlocked at 10 in the first half.
And the Jason Garrett interview is brought to you by Sherwin-Williams, the official paint supplier of the Dallas Cowboys, to bring all the colors of the game to your home. Well, it was a very entertaining first half here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. We're tied at the half 10-10. Jerry Jones, by the way, will join us in the second half up here in the broadcast booth. 10-10 at the half. Halftime show to come. Now this from your local station. Great night here in Seattle. The Cowboys and the Seahawks are tied up at 10 apiece as we start the third quarter. Cowboys will be kicking it away. Matt Weil has the ball teed up with Tyler Lockett deep for the Seahawks. We saw Dak Prescott for the most part on offense for the Cowboys at quarterback. Russell Wilson has gone the entire way for the Seahawks. Lockett from his end zone. He's an exciting player. Does not get it out to the 25-yard line. Had he taken a knee, that's where the Seahawks would have started. The Miller Lite halftime stats brought to you by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys. Not much in the running game for the Seahawks, as Wilson is 13 of 16 throwing. Prescott is 15 of 19 for those 103 yards for Prescott. Romo was 1 for 1 for 11 yards.
You like that number right there, though, Bill. 80 yards rushing against the NFL's best rush defense last season. They were number 1 in the NFL.
I think
they gave up about 83 a game.
I think those two backs have done themselves well tonight.
In fact, Elliott had nearly 7 yards a carry. Big gain for Christian Michael to start things off for the first team offense for Seattle here in the third quarter. Pete Carroll said they would play one series in the third.
Jason Garrett plays that tight to the best as to who will play and how much they will play, but Pete Carroll got a whole different approach. He told everybody they're going to play that first half and they're going to come out and get a series in the second half.
It was a 20-yard pickup for Christian Michael, and good field position now for Wilson and the Seahawks.
Get on the other side here.
And there goes Michael again into the Cowboys secondary. A big pickup inside Dallas into the field down to the 40-yard line. Entire pleasure right now to be joined by the Cowboys owner, president, and general manager Jerry Jones up here in the broadcast booth. Welcome, Jerry.
Well, it's good to be with you guys. And after that little scare that we had early in the first quarter, I guess I've got my breath.
When you say little
I don't know if this heart's working or not.
It was a big scare up here in the Cowboy fans.
Exactly.
We'll get a little update from you in a moment here.
And from the 40-yard line, Wilson under pressure and throws short of the intended target. What can you tell us about Tony?
Well, he's not injured, and he was okay on the sideline immediately. We saw the same thing you saw, and it looks like he, if anything, kind of just jammed it there, but didn't have a impact on it. But he was rare, and he was really fit to be tied not to be able to go back in.
Well, but we saw
it was a coach's decision just to, we'd seen enough.
Yeah, you could tell he wanted to go back in. Second down from the 40-yard line. And C.J. Prosise, the rookie out of Notre Dame, picks up 5. Josh Thomas in on the stop for the Cowboys. And then Dak Prescott comes into the game. And Dak does exactly what he's done throughout this preseason against one of the best defenses in the league.
Well, the thing that is encouraging about Dak, among several, of course, is that he's doing just what he does in the classroom. He's doing the same composure, the same focus, and really the same work ethic. And it's consistent. It's on the practice field. It's in the classroom. And then I'm proud that it results in the kind of success he's having out here in these preseason games.
Wilson overshoots Doug Baldwin.
And when you see Tony go down with that back like that, though, Jerry, does that not slap you in the face and say we better be ready for the eventuality that he could go out, and he could go out in week 1?
Not at all. I just was in shock and had my mind on just come on, Tony, get up. Said a few prayers right then and there on the spot, and just really couldn't imagine getting that hand dealt to us. And of course, we're pleased that it's in good shape. We obviously don't need to see what Tony can do out there.
Stephen Houstra with a long field goal attempt of some 53 yards. And the Seahawks take the lead at 13-10. We'll have much more with Jerry Jones as we continue from here in Seattle. More Dak Prescott, too. Where do your donations to the Salvation Army go? Wherever hope is the only thing left. Donate today. The Salvation Army, doing the most good. Of course, the Cowboys with a long partnership with the Salvation Army. Look forward to Thanksgiving Day every year. Seattle leads Dallas 13-10 here on a great night in the Emerald City of Seattle. You see the Space Needle there. And what a test for the Cowboys in this environment for the third preseason game. Bill Jones with Babe Laufenberg, former Cowboys head coach Dave Kempo, and we've got Cowboys owner, president, and general manager Jerry Jones up in the broadcast booth too.
That's good.
Hauschka moves it through the uprights again. Cowboys will take over at the 25, which is, of course, is the new rule this year on a touchback on the kickoff.
Okay, Jerry, we're going to show the replay of Tony getting injured. I want you to take a look and then just give me your reaction as it was happening, if you would.
Well, immediately, right there, I said, surely you're not going to try to run the ball.
And now you said, yeah.
That's when the prayers started.
Yes, and shared by many, but certainly we're proud that he's not at all hurt. Not even hurt. His shoulder had been a subject of speculation. It has nothing to do with his shoulder, his legs. Has really nothing to do with anything. He's ready to play. He was ready to play almost as he walked off the field.
Well, I got a kick out of him, aside from the fact that he was injured, obviously, but he was going around. It was like when you went to your mom and you said, hey, Mom, can I do this? And she said no. So you go find Dad. He was trying to find anyone that would clear him. Jim Bauer, the trainer, Dr. Cooper, the orthopedic surgeon. Then he went to the head coach, and everybody said, no, you're done.
Wow. And Dak Prescott starting the second half at quarterback. A lot of second-teamers in there. Alfred Morris is in the game, carried there. It goes incomplete. How about Ezekiel Elliott and what Zeke did in the first quarter of this game, Jerry?
Well, first of all, I knew that we were planning to see some of him with some blocking assignments. Those are the kinds of things that miss practices. You need to make sure you're on top of your game, and plus have him out in pass patterns. We saw that almost on the first play. So having said that, when he did run the ball, of course, you could see that power, that speed, that finish. You saw all of those things.
The Seahawks safety saw it too, I think, Jerry. He ran him up a couple times.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that Jason's had some real calls to make tonight. I know he would have liked to seen more of him, but after 12 or 13 snaps there, well, the plan was, especially since he'd been nursing that hamstring a little bit, get him on out. He had some good work for the period of time, and that's what these games are supposed to be about. But I was pleased with Ezekiel Elliott.
And if there's no residual effect from that hamstring after this game, do you anticipate him playing next week, or will you just hold him out?
Oh, I don't know, but he'll probably get a few snaps. But I really liked in one case, the protection, actually on the play that Tony got hurt on. The protection that Zeke demonstrated was really outstanding. He just upended that end that was coming in there, that lineman. So he's as advertised. He's a heck of a blocker. His coach in college said that away from the ball, he's the best player he's ever seen.
All right, more with Jerry Jones in a moment. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, a 13-10 lead for Seattle.
And one thing
what's interesting to note there is, again, you just get raised from that guy on the right in the middle, Scott Linehan, about how diligent, how perceptive, and how inquisitive Dak Prescott is. The guy on the right, Showers, is the same way.
Christian Michael, another big gain up the middle. Jerry, you're a natural in this broadcast, but you sound like Frank Boyles up here.
What a compliment. You know, Coach Brawls was the one that told me he had two genius IQ players, and Jones, you were not one of them.
Who were they? Who were the two?
Actually, Barry Switzer and Jimmy Johnson.
Wow, really?
Seriously.
So you hired them both?
Exactly.
On his recommendation.
Yeah, I've always been smarter when you had a little smart people around.
A first down for Seattle, and the bootleg by Wilson. He's going to tuck it and run it, and he gets a couple of yards. All right, you got a big event coming up on September 17th. Boxing at AT&T Stadium once again. Canelo Alvarez from Mexico, Liam Smith from England. This is a big one.
Well, why we're so excited is because a high makeup of our fan base, Vaqueros to Dallas, is so great at following and supporting boxing. And it's a sport that actually has more viewers in Mexico than soccer. And so Canelo Alvarez is literally a real walking tall hero there. And boy, is he a fighter. And he's the best looking guy you've ever seen. He really ought to be in movies. But we're excited about that fight against Liam Smith.
Russell Wilson wide open, the target downfield. That's Tanner McElroy, and down to the 15-yard line. A bust in the secondary.
This is so good for us because it really allows us. We've got some safeties that have great instincts down under, and the closer to the line they play, the better they are. But they have a little trouble with angles, and they have a little trouble with really pass defense deep. Now, that's a problem if you're a safety, to be tried about it.
Well, that was a tall order right there because Russell Wilson bought himself about 6 or 7 seconds of time. It's a long way for those guys to cover.
And on the slant, down to the 8-yard line. That's Jermaine Kearse as the Seahawks keep that first-team offense in there into a second series of the third quarter.
Did you grow up, Jerry, as a boxing fan? I mean, obviously it was the heyday of boxing, so to speak.
Well, I did, and there's so many similarities. When we were at camp, we had one of the greatest fighters of all time speak to the team. I was so impressed. And he told our team, he said, guys, you don't wait until you go to the ring to win. He said, it's here on the practice field or it's in the gym. He said, I love to get hit. But you know, if you haven't prepared and you have nothing in you, when you get hit, you have nothing to go get it with. So you guys have got to get it right here. If one of you can do that, then you can be ready to win a championship. That's some of the same kind of things that I know Jason wants his players and our players to understand. But boxing does that and calls on that for the champion.
And that was Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, the 10-time world champion.
I was testing you guys to see if you really.
Let me just say this, too. Not a bad-looking guy himself.
Well,
even after all those fights
that's why they call it Golden Boy Promotions.
Yes, exactly.
How do you have almost 300 fights and stay pretty?
I don't know. I haven't had any, and I'm not very pretty, so
you look like you
I'd hate to think what I'd look like after 300.
Babe, I thought you were a 1,000-round man.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Hey, there are times I feel like it. Trust me, I've removed every mirror from my house.
CJ Prosise hit, and he is dropped. Jerry, we appreciate you joining us here in the booth. This has been great.
Well, good to be with you guys. Appreciate the job you do. And what a thrill to have Dave Campo, our coach, with you and on the team here. He's certainly one of the favorite people I've ever been associated with, but really appreciate all he's done. The problem it is, what do you do this to a friend, have him be your head coach, and don't even have a quarterback in sight anyway?
Hey, listen, I still felt I could get it done, so it just didn't work out. It was a great opportunity, and I appreciate it.
You've never breathed a breath when you didn't think you could get it done.
I
know that.
That's correct.
And Wilson sitting down for a while in that backfield, and he buys some time, and throwing for the end zone, and it's caught for the score. Wow.
You can talk all you want about schemes and receivers and angles, but if you've got number 3 running around in the backfield for about 12 seconds here, what a great job by him. Just look at this. Dips in, dips out, never panics. Little spin move there. So why don't I just throw a little touchdown pass?
And it was Tyler Lockett, who had 6 touchdown grabs last year as a rookie, who you can always depend on him to figure out a way to get open himself, and he was wide open right there. Late defender coming over for the Cowboys was the rookie out of Purdue, the 6th-round pick, Anthony Brown. And the extra point for the Seahawks is good, and Seattle takes the 20-10 lead. I think Russell Wilson's night might be done after that one.
Good way to end it.
Russell Wilson and the Seahawks with the lead, and more from Seattle in a moment. Last week, the Dallas Cowboys welcomed Frisco high school football players to their new home at the Ford Center. These athletes saw their new stadium, their locker rooms, new uniforms presented by Nike. And get this, the uniforms were presented via a hologram. On Saturday, it's the quadruple header at the Ford Center in Frisco. All 8 Frisco ISD high school varsity teams will be playing in the quadruple header to kick off high school football at the Ford Center, a 12,000-seat arena, indoor stadium that doubles as the Cowboys' indoor practice facility.
Yeah, and I went in there, and it's going to be a magnificent place. And what a great way to kick it off with 4 high school games to start it out. And I don't know how you could have done it any other way, quite honestly. Who's going to get shortchanged?
Listen, the scalpers are making a mint on it because they're trying to. I was told today that you can't get a ticket to the games.
Well, you can.
Well, I probably can, but most people can't.
Yeah.
They start at 9 o'clock in the morning. There's a morning and early afternoon doubleheader, and then a late afternoon and evening doubleheader. Prescott being chased through the hands of Lucky Whitehead. And there is a flag down at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, we're going to get a hold on Seattle here. Jeff Swain being held.
Pass, holding, defense, number 33. It's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Yeah, Kelsey McCray trying to prevent Jeff Swain from getting out in the flat, and he prevented it by grabbing his jersey. Pete Carroll wants a little explanation. By the way, I just love the way Pete Carroll coaches. We were talking about it on the break. And he's got a 21-year-old son coaching at Colorado, student assistant there with Mike McIntyre, the head coach. Go Buffs. I think approach it like Pete Carroll. He has so much fun with this game.
Yeah, he really does bring it every day. He's a very upbeat and enjoys the game.
Flag. Alfred Morris gets a couple. It's in the vicinity of holding.
And is very innovative, by the way. You know, he's got a tackling
holding
film out
offense,
there that's
number 79. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
That's Chaz Green there. That's the Pete Carroll with the tackling video.
Yeah, he's the new way of tackling he put out there. It's a rugby tackling, and it's going to prevent injuries. A lot of people are going to it now.
Well, and before the game, he's down there. He's throwing the football. He's a former quarterback himself.
Yeah, he'll turn 65 next month.
Yeah, he must have thrown for 30 minutes, and he does it before each and every game. I guess every practice, too.
Yep.
Prescott fires right side. That's Vince Maley.
It was funny because Jason Garrett also throws before every practice. Before every game. He's out there on the field warming up, and I wanted to see the two coaches have a little throw-off.
Well, he's a little younger, though.
Well, yeah.
You know, there's a little difference there.
Yeah,
about 15 years younger.
Yeah.
And he played in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's a little difference, but still, it'd be great.
Second down from the 30. Alfred Morris, all he can to get back to the line of scrimmage and gain a yard. Let's go down to the sideline and Keith Russell. Keith?
Hey guys, hanging out behind the Cowboys bench on the last Cowboys defensive series. You noticed safety J.J. Wilcox came off on the side. The team says he has a little bit of a strain in his neck, but he is fine. Could return to the game. There's no word on whether he'll play again tonight.
All right, thanks, Keith. J.J. Wilcox in a battle for a roster spot, you would think.
Big third down. Here comes Seattle cranking up the pass rush. We're showing 7 guys up.
And to the tight end, Gavin Escobar, and nothing there. Brock Coyle, middle linebacker out of Montana, in on the stop.
And the Seahawks came with that blitz from the right side of the Cowboys offense. Left side of that Seahawks defense. We pause it right here. We'll see the blitzer is going to come right here. He's going to come free. Swain will read it, turns it into a hot route to the outside.
Yeah, that's a very good ploy, you know, on third down.
Make him
when
throw
it's
that
long,
break off.
you know, force the hot.
It was Escobar's first catch of the night. Fair catch called for at the 28-yard line. That's Deshaun Fox. And Seattle on offense when we come back to Seattle. And Trayvon Boykin will appear in this game. Tonight, the Cowboys family mourns the loss of Ed Shipman, who passed away earlier this week at the age of 83. Ed and Gloria Shipman opened Happy Hill Academy on a farm south of Granbury in 1975 with a handful of students. For 40 years, the facility located on Highway 144 has provided an assortment of children, particularly from challenged backgrounds, a place to call home, place of belonging, a place to grow while finding their place in the world. As Seattle is on offense with Trayvon Boykin in there. Ed Shipman passed away at the age of 83 earlier this week. Of course, the annual Cowboys luncheon, which will take place next Wednesday. The proceeds go to the Happy Hill Academy. His memorial service will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock at Travis Avenue Baptist Church in Fort Worth. What a great man, Ed Shipman.
Cowboys got their second secondary in there now, and really the two corners are guys that they really like. Brown at left corner and Olatoye at right. I think Seattle's going to try to pound us a little bit here.
It's one of those balls we were talking about, Coach Campo, where when they're coming your way, the ball goes up in the air and you get your hands on it. We've seen Morris Claiborne get his hands on a couple. That ball pops up, but
yep.
Pete Carroll happy that his guys. There it is, right off the hands.
That was TCU to Baylor there. Trayvon Boykin to Antoine Goodley. Incomplete.
They might have had a shot at it there if it hadn't hit his helmet.
Third down. And there's a former Cowboy wide receiver playing running back now for Seattle, George Farmer. USC guy. You know how Pete Carroll loves his USC guys.
Yeah, that's a play there too. A little read option that during the week, as you well know, Dave Campo, you're going to prepare for this. They spent one day on Seattle, just kind of held up a few cards and said, you like to do this and this and this. Let's go play football.
It's tough to defend that zone read unless you see it quite a bit.
Damian Wilson, number 57, the linebacker for the Cowboys. He missed the first part of training camp with an eye injury. Boykin delivers to the outside and upended after he gets the first down yardage. Brandon Williams.
Welcome to the NFL, Kevin Frazier.
Yeah, we're going to get an illegal man downfield here for Seattle, number 1.
You're going to see a good hit on number 35, I know that.
Kayvon Frazier, 6th round draft pick.
Right there.
Craig Wolstad, our referee, was trying to tell us that there was an illegal man downfield. So they're going to bring this one back.
Frazier's still hurt, I think.
Well, and that's actually, he cannot work back to the ball like that. That should be an illegal hit on the wide receiver there. You cannot work back to your own goal line and hit the defender up high like that. I'd like to see that one again. Kayvon Frazier would not like to see that one again.
No.
Looked like a false start.
False start, offense, number 69. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Terry Poole, the tackle.
They're playing good defense right now, huh, Coach?
Yeah, it's going back.
It's going the other way.
Going the wrong way.
Here's that
back
play.
here. Now the wide receiver cannot work back. That's a penalty. We saw it here.
That's a penalty.
That's a penalty, and it's right in front of the official.
Yep.
And they're talking about player safety. That's exactly the play they're trying to get out of the game.
Right. Tanner McElroy was the big wide receiver who leveled the boom.
And we'll go back to the play right here where Golden Tate hit Sean Lee.
That's right.
Up here in
right
Seattle.
here.
Same play. Should have been flagged. Wasn't. I don't know how they missed that, to be quite honest. This play right here. And again, the reason it's there is 50% of the time that defender's going to walk away with a concussion.
It's an injury.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Second down from the 42. Seahawks need to make it to the Dallas 45-yard line. Empty backfield for Boykin. And out of TCU and West Mesquite High School in the Dallas area. Trying to make like Russell Wilson. And the pass is just far enough for the catch for Deshaun Fox.
Boy, real nice job by Deshaun Fox here of getting his hands underneath the ball. He goes palms up for this one at the end of it. Cradles it, does a good job.
The Boykin kid's got a lot of the same kind of skills that Russell Wilson has. He can move around, he can extend the play.
Well, and that's interesting because part of the reason he came to Seattle, a big part of the reason was he felt he was similar to Russell Wilson. He also is not quite challenging 6 feet.
There's Anthony Brown coming up, making the stop on George Farmer, and Anthony Brown is down on the ground.
Yeah, he appears to be in some considerable pain, as you can see. That's Jim Maurer, Cowboys head athletic trainer, and Dr. Dan Cooper, noted orthopedic surgeon Dan Cooper, in the suit there.
Looked like a stinger possibility.
They took a look at Anthony Brown, and we return to Seattle in just a moment. On Sunday, the Jones family, along with Frisco officials, officially opened the doors to the Ford Center at the Star. Guests were invited to watch practice and take a tour of the new facility. Media got a tour of the facility on Sunday as well. What a facility it is.
It is phenomenal.
It really is. And it's like a museum to Cowboys history in there. Low snap, and Ryan gets the punt away. Flag down as some contact was made.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be running into or roughing, but it doesn't matter because it's 4th and 3. So either way, it's a first down.
Personal foul.
Personal foul.
Roughing the kicker. Defense is a 15-yard penalty, an automatic first down.
And the difference there's a running into the kicker, which is a 5-yard penalty, and not an automatic first down. And then there's roughing, which this was, which is 15, and an automatic first down. But again, on 4th and 3, gives Seattle the first down. And that, again, is a safety issue. The last thing you want is that punter goes up, that left leg plants, his knee is locked, and in comes the defender.
Yeah, that's your responsibility as a rusher. You've got to make sure you either get your hand on the ball or get out of the way.
That was Enoch Muamba, who keeps this possession alive for Trayvon Boykin. Some power running up the middle. And that is Alex Collins out of Arkansas, rookie.
You mentioned
draft pick.
Excuse me, Bill. You mentioned Trayvon Boykin, and the Cowboys brought him in for their Dallas day, and they were interested in signing him as a wide receiver or an athlete, much the same way they did Jameel Showers. Showers kind of played a little of everything. Seattle wanted him as a quarterback, and as of today, he is their backup quarterback.
He is. That's right. They do not. They have Jake Heaps is their third quarterback, another youngster, but they do not have a veteran backup for Russell Wilson. Change in direction. Alex Collins.
Not only do they not have a veteran, they don't have a drafted guy. I mean, this is a free agent, so to come into camp saying, we've got Russell Wilson, and then we'll try to find out about the rest of these guys, you talk about a gamble.
Yeah, that's why, of course, I had Jake Heaps when I was at Kansas, and, unfortunately, you never know what's going to happen between now and when the season starts. They could pick up some veteran just to make sure that they're protected in that area, even though Boykin might be number 2.
From the 16-yard line. Avoids the rush of Josh Thomas. Looking downfield to the pylon. Trayvon Boykin.
Listen, I saw him do that to us. Listen, he's really a great athlete. He was a receiver before he was a quarterback.
Yeah, and again, that's Cowboys brought him in, and we're thinking that he would be a receiver, be an athlete type, and there you see why. He wants to play quarterback, and Pete Carroll's saying, I'm glad we got him.
When you play the Seahawks, you have to play the bootleg. If you don't, you're in trouble because both of their guys can do it well.
Well, talk to us about the blitz here, Coach, because it just got overrun there.
Yeah, Josh Thomas made a mistake there. You always have to go for the upfield shoulder on the blitz. And he kind of went to try to hit him straight on. Right. And that's how you get outside.
Somewhere in school, one of his teachers told him the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Right. But that teacher did not rush a quarterback.
That's
as
correct.
athletic as
Not
Trevon
one,
Boykin.
not one that can move.
I think we need to rethink this whole education process.
Steven Hauschka. By the way, Trevon Boykin took the snap on that play from his college teammate, Joey Hunt, who's a center here for the Seattle Seahawks, a rookie as well.
It would have been interesting to see. And you tell me, Coach, you're in that head coaching position. He obviously missed the Alamo Bowl versus Oregon. He was out the night before, got into some trouble, got arrested. If that doesn't happen, does the NFL look at him differently? Or I guess the better question is, because that happened, he was going to be a late-round draft pick anyway. Did teams just say, we don't want to take that chance?
Yeah, I think that if you are going to be a late-round draft pick, then
it's going to drop you around, and that makes you a college free agent.
Yeah, the off-field is going to make a difference. Now, with this kid, he also had the situation of, with a lot of teams, where does he play? In other words, there's a lot of teams that are not looking for a mobile quarterback like that.
In fact, TCU wasn't sure where they should play him either.
Exactly.
I mean, he was a high school quarterback, a terrific athlete, ran for a ton of yards at West Mesquite as well as throwing for a ton of yards. He split time with Casey Paha early in his career at TCU. Got the chance to play quarterback because of Paha's problems. And
that was the beauty of me, Bill, and Coach. I ran a 5.8 40. They never said, let's try him in another position. They said, let him drop back and throw the football.
Aren't you the guy that when you lined up to get your timing, when the scout went down the other end, you moved up a yard?
Oh, yeah. You wait for the back to turn, and then you scoot up.
And then the best thing that happened for Trevon Boykin was Doug Meacham and Sonny Cumbie getting the job at TCU.
Absolutely.
And in that offense, he was the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, and his game flourished after that.
And we contributed to that.
And, of course, Dave Campo was the defensive coordinator at the University of Kansas. Let's go down on the sideline. And Keith.
Hey, Bill, the update on J.J. Wilcox. It looks like he won't return to the game, but the Cowboys say, simply put, he got the wind knocked out of him to the point where it took him a while to even catch his breath. At first, he couldn't even talk. So that's the story on J.J. Wilcox.
All right, thanks, Keith. We got a new quarterback in the game for the Cowboys. Dak Prescott's night is done.
Isn't that a coach's dream, though? Coach Campo, a player that doesn't talk, just listens.
That'd be good. That'd be good. It doesn't happen much anymore. It used to be that way, but now they want to know why you're doing things instead of just telling them to go do it.
No more yes sir, no sir?
No, that's out the window.
Jameel Showers, second-year man out of UTEP, started his college career at Texas A&M, third quarterback for the Cowboys in this game, and he will get a quarter in that play to round out game number 3 of this preseason. We've seen a lot of Zeke. We saw a little bit of Zeke. We saw enough of Zeke, and we saw a lot of Dak. And now we get Showers as we head to the fourth quarter. Cowboys trailing the Seahawks. And now this from your local station. Beautiful night here in Seattle, Elliott Bay, downtown Seattle.
Well, what a pretty city, huh?
It is. I love Seattle. 27-10 Seahawks lead. And this place, CenturyLink Field, one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL. Now the folks in Kansas City will say Arrowhead is louder. In fact, they won that little Guinness Book of World Records sound off a couple of years ago. But they reach 137 decibels here. Whistles there.
They're going to false start.
False start. Offense. Number 86. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
And let's go down to the sideline and Keith Russell.
Hey, Bill, here with Cowboys receiver Terrence Williams. Terrence, how much was your heart pounding when you saw Tony go down in that first quarter?
A lot, because he's a strong competitor, and you always feel bad whenever you see your guy go to the ground like that. But it's kind of good that he got up and he's fine.
Obviously, for him to say that it's not a serious injury, that has to relieve you.
Oh, yeah, like a lot, You practice so much with him, and you hate for bad stuff like that to go down.
What does it say about the resilience of this team that he goes out and you guys still march the ball down the field?
Great, because Dak, he comes in here and we just communicate well, and you don't have different guys doing different things. We're all on one page and we're all communicating very well. So whenever you have a guy like that comes in poised to run the plays. It's kind of fun, you know.
Your impressions of rookie Zeke Elliott and his first action as a Dallas Cowboy tonight?
Zeke is tough. He's a hard runner, and it's a great pleasure blocking for him. He comes into work every day, and he's just a big physical guy, and people there will get tired of hitting him for 4 quarters.
Now, I know you said during training camp, Terrence, for you personally, it's not about you saying it anymore. It's about you going out and doing it. Is this offense capable of taking it to the next level after what you've seen?
Yeah, we got to just keep on going at it, keep working at it, and just keep being the team that we know we can be. Coach Gary, he does a great job in having us communicate the whole time, and so whenever we all be on the same page, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to be the team whenever we play for each other and we're all on the same page. It's kind of hard, so.
Terrence Williams saying that this could be the year the Cowboys really take it to the next level. Hey, Bill Jones, back up to you.
All right, thanks, Keith. And it was Keith Smith making the nice special teams tackle right there on Deshaun Fox. We come back to Seattle in just a moment as Dallas will be on defense. Dallas Cowboys football is back, and you can see it live at AT&T Stadium. Single game tickets are available for most 2016 home games. Go to DallasCowboys.com for tickets. Cowboys will be back at the stadium next Thursday night for the preseason finale against the Houston Texans. Seahawks back on offense, and second series for Trayvon Boykin, the TCU quarterback. The I formation behind him. They're going to run the football. That is Zach Brooks, rookie out of Clemson.
Obviously had an opportunity to watch Trayvon Boykin being here in North Texas and watching a lot of TCU football games, but I wanted to talk to a guy who knows more than I do, and that'd be Hall of Famer Warren Moon, who does the games for the Seattle Seahawks as an analyst here. And I talked to him on the field before the game and wanted to get his impressions of Trayvon Boykin, and he's been very, very impressed with him. Says he spins it great. Said a couple of things he needs to work on footwork-wise, but that's not the first rookie that's coming to the league needing to work on a little footwork. There's a heck of a play.
Coming free was Mike McAdoo.
University of North Carolina. There's Warren Moon. Yep, Hall of Famer. Boy, he threw a pretty ball. It was funny because Jason Garrett was warming up on the field. I'm sitting there talking to Warren, and we come over. Jason's throwing it, and I said, Jason, maybe he needs to teach you, because I don't know if anybody threw a prettier ball. You can argue all you want about who the best quarterback was and this and that, and that can go on forever, but he threw about as tight a spiral as any quarterback I've seen.
And that offense he was in, the run and shoot, was really, really tough when he was at Houston.
Boykin throws it high.
But he had a lot of good things to say about Boykin. Boykin not happy with himself there. A little bit high on that comeback. And that, in the NFL, that should be kind of an easy pitch and catch when you've got protection and you got a receiver like that. But he's learning. And again, most of the time, when guys misfire, when they're accurate passers, it's the footwork.
I think so, because they all have good enough arms.
Yeah.
It's really comes down to the mechanics.
The snap from Nolan Freeze out of Keller High School, University of Houston. It's a good one. Dak Swanson out of Sam Houston State. Dak Swanson, he can run all the way to Huntsville, where Sam Houston State is.
Wow, that was a nice move.
But there's a flag.
Yeah, Vince Bailey blocking the back. This one's coming back.
That was an excellent move to get himself started.
He had a nice punt return last week, too.
Illegal block in the back. Return team, number 16. That's a 10-yard penalty. First down, Dallas.
You called it Vince Bailey.
Yeah, and you always wonder if you say, well, gosh, they just brought back the touchdown. But if it's not a block in the back, does that player make the tackle? Watch on the left side of your screen up here.
We're going to see.
That's where it's going to come from. Right there.
Yeah, he might have made a play there.
Was fun to watch Dak Swanson go the distance, but it's coming back. It is the Star in Frisco, the Ford Center, where the Cowboys practice indoors. And this is on one of the walls there, the 3 NFL Man of the Year honorees: Jason Witten, Roger Staubach, Troy Aikman. They've done a great job with that play. Darius Jackson can't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I know everybody has heard about the star, read about the star, seen photos of the star. Until you get up there, Bill, and you've been there, you just can't believe
it's
this is a workout facility.
It's unbelievable. I was talking to Rich Dalrymple before the game, the public relations director, and he says it takes him about 20 minutes to get from his office to Jason Garrett's office. So it's
like walking through a Cowboys
place.
Hall of Fame.
Well, and it's so nice. I take my shoes off before I go in. It's like somebody's nice living room.
Right.
Showers.
Nice job by Showers right there. He hung in there, took a hit.
Got it to Andy Jones.
Now, what's interesting, I've been in this position where you're playing in the fourth quarter, second half of a ball game, and you want to show the coaches as a quarterback or any position on offense what you can do. So I guarantee you Jameel Showers was not the least bit unhappy when that punt return got called back, because otherwise it's in the end zone. Your defense goes out, and that's just taking away minutes and possessions that you have to show Jason Garrett, hey, I can do this job.
Yep.
Third down.
Now, he'll never admit that, but trust me.
Darius Jackson has the first down. Up to the 48-yard line. You know, the Cowboys have not played the Seahawks a lot in the preseason, but some of the more memorable preseason games have taken place here in Seattle. 10 years ago this month, in fact, Tony Romo made his first start as a Cowboys quarterback, and Bill Parcells let him play the entire game right here in Seattle, which was a Cowboys victory.
And at that time, I believe he was the first quarterback to play the entire game since maybe Dante Culpepper about 8 years previous.
Well, I'll tell you another one in a minute.
Jackson. Good running room.
I don't know if you remember in 1989 when the Cowboys were going through an undefeated preseason. John Elway played 4 quarters, and on the last play of the game, he beat us, and that was because
Dan Reeves
did not like Jimmy Johnson's handling, or Jerry Jones's handling of Tom Landry.
I think that game, because I was there, I was on the team at the time. I think it went to overtime.
It went to overtime.
It went to overtime,
right.
and Elway was in the game.
Yeah, he went the whole distance.
Cowboys wound up, I think, 3-1 that preseason.
That's it.
Yep.
And, of course, then we went to New Orleans Saints and got spanked.
Yeah, that season opener.
That was a spanking.
Right here, that's a date to remember, because that was, again, the debut of Tony Romo. And I actually text Bill Parcells last week. It was a 10-year anniversary last week to the date of Tony playing that game. And Parcells text back, he said, that's when I knew he had a chance. That was as strong as it got. He had a chance.
Did you text him on his birthday this week? I think Parcells turned 75 this week.
I did not.
Showers, Andy Jones off the fingertips. Could have been a memorable moment in Seattle for Andy Jones.
That's a shame right there, because, you know, Randy Jones, they like him. They like him, and
2 drops.
He's got to make that play.
Watch this. Just run through the ball. Tough over the shoulder, but if he runs through that ball, watch him slow up just at the end and kind of try to over the shoulder it. Just run right through that one.
You know,
sometimes
you forget how important this game is to these guys that are playing right now. That's a shame right there.
Yeah.
How about the ball placement by Showers there on the sideline?
Great
on the outside.
Now he's got a tough third down here.
On the edge of field goal range, and he's wrapped up, and the whistle's blow to go for a sack, and out of field goal range now.
And I've been there before too, when guys don't know who to block, where they're blocking. I don't know if it was the blitz came from the left side of the offense here. One of 2 things has to happen. Yeah, okay, Scott Linehan is telling him when that blitz comes, he's got to get rid of the football. They did not have a blocker for it. Little animated discussion. Scott Linehan, the Cowboys offensive coordinator.
And the sack credited to Stephen Terrell out of Texas A&M and Allen High School. A couple of Allen products in this game for the Seahawks. E.Z. Wachiku as well. Matt Weil, a short punt inside the 20. The fair catch by Deshaun Fox at the 16. And that's where Seattle will take over on offense, as Boykin will be out there again. It's Showers versus Boykin. We approach the midway part of the fourth quarter. Get a behind-the-scenes look at AT&T Stadium with a VIP, self-guided, or art tour. Stadium tours are available daily. For more info and to purchase tours, visit DallasCowboys.com/tours. Boykin back in there at the 16-yard line for the Seahawks. A little too tall for his intended target.
All right, here's what Jameel Showers was looking at on that last play. So we can have a slot blitz here. Two backers are right here in the AB gap, but this is what the zone blitz, because he's going to back out here. He's backing out here. The running back then comes up inside to help out. Consequently, when that zone blitzer comes, nobody to block him. Here he comes. Now something has to happen. Got to get a out route, but the ball's got to come out of Jameel Showers' hands. Once he sets that protection, and that back crosses, he knows that back is going up to pick up the inside blitz. Got to get the ball out of his hands.
Yeah, and I don't think the receiver recognized that blitz either. So
again, it really gets tough, as you know, at the end of these games.
When you got new guys in there.
Well, they haven't seen all this. Yep. Absolutely. They don't get a lot of reps, and all of a sudden, you're trying to figure out your own job, and if the other guy's doing his job. Always tough on those blitzes. I hate it as an analyst, though, to say, well, they didn't do this. I don't know if the back was supposed to come get that slot blitzer, but the way I saw it, those two backers in that AB gap right over the center, he's got to go protect inside. So good design on Seattle's part as well, defensively.
3rd and 12. Trying to get it past the first down marker. Coming up with the football is Antoine Goodley.
That was the exact same blitz, except Boykin just got on out of there. He saw that the guy was coming. He knew he couldn't block number 30, and he spun out of it.
Bought himself a little time.
Goodley was with the Cowboys in the preseason last year out of Midland, Texas.
Got a challenge by Jason Garrett on the other sideline. He was right on top of that play, and he wants him to take another look at it.
And that was a 3rd down play. Garrett seems pretty confident.
I like that. Here's your flag. I think you dropped it, Coach.
Completed pass.
Coach, you dropped your red flag here. Well, no, I meant to drop it. I'm challenging. Let's have a look.
I don't know if he had control.
Jason Garrett signaling no catch.
Garrett made the call. The official made a different call, and now the replay will determine it. Jason Garrett has challenged. 7.5 minutes to play in this game here in Seattle. There's a 3rd down completion from Boykin to Goodley.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The receiver had control, and his elbow was down inbounds. It is a catch and a 1st down, Seattle. Dallas will be charged with a timeout.
So a pickup of 14 yards for the 1st down.
That's interesting because the play, again, it was right in front of Jason Garrett. He had as good a view as any official. And obviously you're getting help from the booth above into his headset saying, hey, we want to challenge this, but you don't win all the challenges, huh?
And if you lose one, you want to lose it in the preseason. Under center, Boykin. Deep downfield. He was looking for Kenny Lawler, the rookie out of Cal.
Nice coverage by Isaiah Fry, the safety. Just ran a little out and up route, it appeared, and Fry stood ahead of him the entire time. Saw the football. Very nice defense there.
Alex Collins is the setback. A 5th round pick out of Arkansas, rookie. Boykin looking downfield, in some trouble, buying time. And on the sideline, that's Collins. Now Boykin in the first preseason game against Kansas City came in the game after Russell Wilson left. Then they took him out of the game. Jake Heaps played a series or two, and then Boykin came back in and threw the game-winning Hail Mary. last week. He had a great opportunity here in Seattle against Minnesota. The Seahawks were trailing, and he threw a pick six. So he's had his moments, and then he's had some moments that have gone the other way.
You think that made up for the missed field goal for Mike Zimmer when they lost it to Seattle in the playoffs?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No. Boykin hasn't looked real good tonight. He's throwing the football.
Yeah, that ball sailed on him as well.
So it's punt time for Seattle. He's 4 out of 10 for 31 yards.
Yeah. Not as well as he has. Here's, boy, plenty of time. Good protection. Just sailed that ball. Usually when that happens, the elbow drops down and then you push the ball up. Just takes an upward trajectory, and I think that's what happened right there.
Dak Swanson gets another chance.
Dak's just saying, now nobody blocks somebody in the back on this one.
Short punt. Swanson spins away from a man.
Good return.
Yep, nice field position for the Cowboys. Championship boxing returns to AT&T Stadium on September 17th, as we talked about with Jerry Jones earlier. Canelo Alvarez versus Liam Smith, the junior middleweight championship of the world. That's Mexican Independence Day holiday weekend on September 17th at AT&T Stadium. Jerry seems genuinely enthused about that boxing match. You know, they had nearly 51,000 for the last Pacquiao fight at AT&T Stadium, and he is intent on having a larger crowd at AT&T Stadium. Great venue for boxing with the big screen overhead.
Great venue for SC Alabama, too.
That's right.
I'll be at that one. I'll be at that one because Clancy Pendergast, my buddy, is the defensive coordinator for SC.
Over the middle, Showers, pickup of about 6.
Are you going to tell him he's going to have his hands full, or does he pretty much know that?
Listen, I sent him. He knows. I sent him a deal. I said, hey, number 1 against number 20. Great night for an upset. He said, I agree with you. So we'll see.
Alabama is having to replace a lot of players.
Yep.
They seem to do that every year pretty well. 2nd and 3. Showers.
He's got no chance.
There goes the football. Loose football. Seahawks say they've got it, and so does the official.
He's got no chance. They're rushing him now, and he can't. He has no chance.
Yeah, I think it was Chaz Green over there, left tackle. Just made initial contact with his man. Stopped his feet. Got beat right now. See, watch the left tackle here, 79, Chaz Green. If it's
They couldn't see enough of it.
Yeah. But you're exactly right. Once it's breaking down, you're no longer a quarterback. You're no longer a passer.
And they ran right by number 76 as well.
I mean, now you're just protecting the football.
It's Chaz Green trying to become that swing tackle, backing up Tyron Smith and Doug Free, 3rd-round pick last year out of Florida, has battled through injuries in his year plus in the league. It was Taniela Tupu with the sack. He doubles as a fullback for Pete Carroll. And that's Zach Brooks on the carry.
Boy, it's collapsing on poor Jameel Showers back there, isn't it, Coach?
Yes. No chance right now.
He's like a dog on the freeway right now, just dodging cars. A couple of them hit him.
2nd and 4. Up the middle again. No gain that time. Good stop by the Dallas defense. And let's go check in again with Keith Russell.
Bill here with rookie phenom Dak Prescott. Dak, what can't you do? That's what everyone wants to know.
It's a difficult question. There's a lot that I can't do. There's a lot I got to get better at. We had a decent start to the game, but obviously we want to win. That's my main goal, is to make sure we can win.
Do you feel you've earned the backup quarterback job with the Dallas Cowboys?
I come in each and every day and just try to make myself the best player I can, on and off the field, the best person as well. And it takes a lot of hard work, and that's all I'm really worried about. That's up to those guys.
What did you say to Tony? I know you shared a moment with him after he came out of the game.
Yeah, just clapping on me. I'm always behind him. I've got his back. I was going on as he was coming out, so it was just a little foul.
And lastly, Dak, how have you managed to stay so humble and so calm and so poised in the midst of the entire Dallas-Fort Worth area, throwing so many accolades your way?
It's a lot that I've got. I want to be a great NFL quarterback. There's a lot I got to do to get there. Tonight I had some mistakes. It may have looked good from other people's eyes, but there's a lot of mistakes I got to get cleaned up. And I just know that it takes a lot of hard work.
Thank you, Dak. Dak Prescott, 7 total touchdowns, no turnovers so far in 3 preseason games, guys.
All right, thanks, Keith. 4th down. Boykin rolling out, looking downfield. Does he have the wheels to get there? Run out of bounds.
Bill, I kind of like that kid, number 74, Okoye.
Yeah, Lawrence Okoye, a former Olympian from England.
I'll tell you what, he has, watch him right here. He's got contained, and then the guy starts to go, and he spins out. And I'll tell you what, that's a quick guy he's running against.
Yeah, one thing he has to fall back on, he's been accepted to Oxford Law School.
That's what I heard.
How about that?
In fact, I didn't hear it. I read it right on your deal.
On my chart, yes. I got all my notes. Well, you should use some of these. I'm not going to get to all of them.
No, you're not getting to a lot of those.
We have another game.
I thought we had a replay on that last one. I was going to show that spin move.
We have another game.
He was looking at your paper there, Bay.
I've never plagiarized.
Yeah, there you go. That's Rodney Smith on the catch.
All right, we have another game, Coach, but some of these guys won't. They'll cut to 75 on Tuesday. You were in that position as a head coach. How difficult is it to bring a kid in and tell him basically that his dream is over?
That is the hardest thing that I had to do as a head coach, because in reality, you're not really telling him that they can't play in the league. You're telling them it's not going to work out in this particular situation.
And is that how you phrase it too?
That's how I approach it. I said, look, just because it doesn't work out here doesn't mean that your career is over. It just depends on how much you want to do it and the work that you have to do.
Is that the worst day you have as a coach?
Absolutely. No question about it. I hated that more than anything else, especially when I came from Central Connecticut, Mystic, Connecticut, and a bunch of people told me I'd never be the head coach of anything. And I was the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, so that was very difficult for me.
Inside the 20-yard line, Vince Maylor, former draft pick of the Cleveland Browns. Cowboys picked him up early last season.
Maylor's blocked a couple punts for him, too,
yep,
hasn't
that's
he?
right, yep. Was there one cut that was tougher than any other?
Yeah, there was a young man by the name of Richmond Flowers. His father played for the Cowboys back in the day. And Richmond was the hardest working kid and the most intense, and he just wasn't quite good enough. And it was a very, very difficult thing for me to make that decision. And, he went on and he got another couple shots, but he never really made it. But that was a very, very difficult one. He started to cry a little bit, and I think I started to cry a little bit as well.
The allergy sort of started flaring up there.
Yeah, that was a difficult one. They're all difficult, but that one sticks out.
Imagine there's a few where you say, good riddance.
Oh, yeah.
I won't ask you
there's
to
a
name
few of
names.
those. I'm not going to name any names.
I won't ask you to name names.
A couple of them, Jerry Jones left the building and let me do it all myself because he was concerned for his life. So it was a very difficult, some of those were good ones, I guess.
Inside the 10-yard line. There's a player from Alabama, Richard Mullaney from Thousand Oaks, California.
Say it like Keith Jackson would say it. Where's he from?
Alabama.
Sure would be nice for Jameel Showers to punch one in. He has not led a scoring drive.
This was good right here, this drive.
Just keep it going. No two, you can throw the ball away down here. And he did just that. Good play. I mean, you got first down and 6. You're going to take 4 shots in the end zone. One thing you don't want to do is take a sack, so you don't like it, throw it away and live another down.
We approach the 2-minute warning, 2:06 to play. Seahawks fans are still into it.
Yeah, aren't they?
They love to make noise.
I thought for a minute I was looking at Philadelphia's crowd.
Back shoulder.
Nice.
Rodney Smith, he has the football and he has a touchdown.
Very nice throw and catch right there. He put it where the defensive back had no shot.
Really was. Let me ask you, though, on the flip side of that back shoulder fade is something that's kind of come in the last 10 years. How do you defend it? What are you telling that corner?
Well, the only thing you can do is stick your hands in the pocket. That's it. Right here, the only shot you got. He's in decent shape. He almost got it in there. He's got to stick the ball in the pocket, hand in the pocket. He can't be looking
the pocket between the hands.
Between the two hands.
Just come up between his hands.
And try to rip the outside hand in.
Now we've got a challenge by Pete Carroll, but you're not allowed to challenge. That goes up to the officials. He did, but that goes to the officials.
Yeah, that's a touchdown, so it's a
it's an official.
Anyway.
Yeah, always reviewed. Right. But Pete Carroll is hopping mad. He wants him to take another look. One thing you can do here is take a timeout.
Right.
But again, the officials, if there's any, there's a penalty.
They threw the flag on him.
Yeah, because he threw the challenge flag.
It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yep. Is
what that becomes. Unsportsmanlike, or could be a delay game. Quite honestly, I'm not sure, but it's going to be one of the two. Craig Wolstadt, our referee, tell us what it is.
Because Seattle threw the challenge flag after a score, it is not a penalty, it is a charged timeout. Seattle will be charged with the first timeout.
How about
there
that?
You go.
Okay.
They've changed the rule on that. Rodney Smith out of Florida State University, 6'5", 232 pounds.
I remember Bill Parcells threw the challenge flag under 2 minutes when it went to the booth, and it was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty assessed against him.
Yeah, they've taken away the severity of the penalty. The Ford scoring drive there. Ford, the best in Texas. 64 yards, 7 plays. Showers to Smith.
And what they do now at the 2-minute warning, the equipment manager will come up and physically take the flag away from Jason Garrett, so you're not tempted to throw it.
And Dan Bailey with the point after cuts the lead to 10, 27-17.
And again, the mechanics of that, any scoring play is automatically reviewed in the booth. So no challenge flag gets thrown. Obviously,
I don't know what guy, he knows that rule. I don't know what got it.
He was mad.
Yeah, he was mad about the play, I think. Yeah.
That was where you figure, okay, what can I do here? I got this red thing, I'll just
throw the flag down and yell at an official and enjoy myself. I was really good at that. Unfortunately, I had to do it too much.
Now, was the challenge in effect, Coach, when you were the head coach?
No.
You did not have the red flag, yeah. It's just one more decision you got to make, right?
Yep.
It's interesting because, back when, the number of decisions that head coaches make today compared to, let's say, 10, 20, 30 years ago, even from the field goal, do I attempt a long field goal? Do I attempt a 50-yard field goal? Once upon a time, you missed it. Ball just got set at the 20. Now you miss it. The ball's set where it was marked at the 40. So there's a whole lot of the 2-point conversion wasn't in. Just a lot more things for people to yell at the head coach about is the way I look at it.
Absolutely. Plus, you can make a decision, to go for 2 now that you're kicking from 15.
Yep. And if you go for 2, then you're snapping it from the 2.
Right.
That's why you guys get paid so much money, Coach.
Absolutely. Well, most people do.
That exorbitant paycheck that you coaches receive for basically working 16 days a year.
Right.
And only 3 hours on those 16 days.
Pretty good gig, really.
Seahawks expecting an onside kick.
Of course, an ulcer along with it.
Right.
Matt Weil, the man from Michigan. He's going to kick it deep. Deshaun Fox will take a knee. So with 2:02 to play, we approach the 2-minute warning. The touchback, Seattle will take it out to the 25-yard line.
That's one of the things in football right there that I hate more than anything else.
What's that now?
Onside kick.
Oh,
yep.
Because you can get some
a lot of injuries
hurt.
happen that way.
I think it's just ridiculous, really. But
to have it, would you take it out of the game?
Absolutely. Get rid of it.
Jake Heaps is in at quarterback for Seattle. about Troymaine Pope, who has run out of bounds as we get under 2 minutes to play in this one with the Seahawks. There's a flag down. So before we go to break, check out the penalty.
Holding. Offense, number 69. 10-yard penalty. First down.
And so with 1:57 to play in this one at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, the Cowboys trail the Seahawks 27-17. Been a nice night for Dak Prescott, and now Jamil Showers with a touchdown pass.
Scott got some really good reps.
27-17. I think Dak Prescott got some really good reps in this game.
Yeah, in fact, I agree with you for a second time.
From the 15-yard line. Well, he's pulled back the curtain on the booth here.
Is it okay if I'm concerned about Tony Romo's back?
Jerry did not seem that concerned, but Babe is. And it is okay, yes. I think a lot of Cowboys fans are concerned about it too. The UPS play of the game brought to you by UPS delivery of a game. It's a pretty good choice here. Jason Witten going over the top of KJ Wright to haul in the 17-yard touchdown pass from Dak Prescott. UPS play of the game. I think the Cowboys look pretty good at tight end.
You know, offense, they're set. I mean, they're just, this could be, again, with the caveat that Tony Romo stays healthy, which
it's a big caveat.
Tonight. It's a big if, but the running game behind this offensive line, I don't care who's back there. I don't even care if Darius Jackson is running the ball. There's going to be a good rushing attack. We know what Des Bryant can do. You know about Witten.
It's Troymaine Pope, who last month was working in a car factory in his native Alabama, and the Seattle Seahawks called and offered him an opportunity. He said he cried on the phone when he got the call, and last week he was their leading rusher with 86 yards rushing. Out of Jacksonville State. The Reliant Bring the Energy player of the game. Who would you make the Reliant Energy player of the game?
Whoever you decide.
Let's see. I think maybe, how about 21? Who ran for 48 yards on 7 carries, nearly 7 yards a pop. Cam Chancellor, take that.
Cam Chancellor took it twice. And Zeke Elliott, I don't want to say goaded Cam Chancellor into a penalty, but he frustrated Chancellor.
Oh, Troymaine Pope. 30-yard line got him.
All 5'8" of them. These guys are hard to find behind those big offensive linemen.
By the way, Reliant keeps you powered at home, at work, and on the go, and Zeke Elliott was on the go tonight.
What do you think about the lid, though?
I like it.
Really?
I do. I like it. It wouldn't work for me, but it works for Zeke. It worked for Terrence Williams. We saw him wearing one earlier. I got a minute, a little over a minute. Clock runs here. 4th and 4. Dak Swanson open for a chance here.
Seattle has yet to get their guys even on the. they never even showed up on the field.
Look at timeout.
Pete Carroll's still mad about that challenge that he didn't get to use.
So John Ryan will head out on the field, and Babe, I told you before the game I need to get a mention in for the deep snapper for Seattle. Nolan Freeze out of Keller High School and the University of Houston. He was signed in late June by the Seahawks. Wasn't picked up after the draft or when most of the college free agents are picked. Number 48 there, and he's the only deep snapper in camp for Seattle. Had a low snap earlier tonight, but hoping to make the team.
Well, it looks like he's going to if he's the only guy.
The only guy.
He's got to beat out Pete Carroll.
Good snap there. He's made 4 special teams tackles in 3 games as well. See if he can get Dak Swanson. Flag down.
Holding. Holding on the Cowboys, I believe.
Dave Campo makes the
During
call.
The kick. Holding. Return team, number 36. That penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down, Dallas.
That's just more yardage that Jamil Showers can rack up here.
Yeah, the only thing is he's only got 40 seconds to do it in. I think he's probably going to hand the ball off.
If Dak Prescott was out there, he'd leave 30 seconds on the clock. Okay, that wouldn't take.
Didn't take him long.
Benson Mayowa has the shoulder pads off. We had a chance to see him for the first time tonight.
And this is a time, honestly, you know, the game's not going to be won by the Cowboys. 44 seconds. You just don't want to see any of these guys get hurt at this point.
He's going to throw it.
Deep in his own end of the field. Starius Jackson. Cowboys running back situation. Now, Lance Dunbar came off PUP, and he's working out now. Did not make this trip. Be interesting to see if he tests it a little bit next week, but they're confident he'll be ready for the regular season opener.
And I talked to him this past week after he had worked out. He was ready for a little soreness, maybe to develop the next day after coming back for the first day, and he said he felt great. So I think all systems go for Lance Dunbar. Hopefully get him back by that regular season opener.
Darren McFadden is on NFI, non-football injury, with his elbow injury. Too high for Rodney Smith.
When you talk about Lance Dunbar, and obviously we haven't seen him in the preseason, but you look at the different ways that this offense can attack with just the running backs. Lance Dunbar was a guy that was splitting out of the backfield, playing a receiver, catching. He was an over-the-shoulder kind of guy, which you don't get as a running back.
In my opinion, losing him was as big a thing as it was last year besides Romo. I mean, the guy is a playmaker, and he's great in open space. You know, you create so many matchups this year.
And he had 21 catches last year. That's Traylor to the 21-yard line.
Showers has kind of picked it up a little bit here in the last two drives.
Down to 15 seconds, 16 seconds left.
I think this has been a productive night for the Cowboys, to be honest with you. Even though Tony went out, hopefully it's not, not an issue.
What are the most productive things you saw?
Well, first of all, seeing the two running backs. You know, I mean, that in itself is big. And then Dak Prescott, the way he operated under a lot of pressure. He did a nice job tonight.
Showers flushed out.
Nice.
And to the 37-yard line as we are under 10, down to 5 seconds. And clock gets down to 0.
Well,
and that will do it. 27-17, the Seahawks over the Cowboys.
Boy, Zeke Elliott sure looked good. He looked like the guy, Coach Campo, that you say, okay, number 4 pick in the draft. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I feel really, after watching him tonight, I feel even better about him. I think that they're still going to be, especially with Romo, Tony getting the little ding, they're going to be looking right up until it's over, to see who's out there for that quarterback position. But they may make the decision to stay with this kid.
And I'll feel a lot better, Bill, when Tony Romo's back. Never came back in the second half to the bench.
More from Seattle, and we wrap it up in a moment.